Hello everybody, I am here today with a very tiny little apple. This is the Asiatic apple. This was sent to me by Raymond. He ID'd this based on what the tree looks like and the leaves and the fruit and everything as being Malus spectabilis. Not the traditional apple, no, this is a different species. He said he might be wrong, but that's what he thinks it is. If you think it's something else based on this, let me know. But I'm going to go with Malus spectabilis because it's fun to say. This is something that people do eat, but usually how people eat it is not like that. They cook it or they blend it, which we'll be getting into in a moment. But first I want to try it on its own and see what it's like. Yeah. Not delicious, but not terrible. It's sour, but not like terribly sour. It's like a 6 out of 10 on the sourness scale. Like a regular apple would be, what, like a 3 maybe? Like some apples can be kind of tart. This one is heading towards like Granny Smith territory. Maybe not quite as sour as that, but getting out that way. The sweetness, on par with a regular apple. Maybe a little less. Sweetness is like a 4 out of 10. And what's notable about it, it's mealy. And it's mealy in a weird way. So it's like hard to swallow. It's so mealy. There's the inside, by the way. Check that out. There's food that I've been eating. So it's kind of gross, but there you go. Yeah, it's like the flavor isn't that bad, but the mealiness is intense, and it's mealy in a way where I don't know. Biting into it is not such a problem. It's maybe like a little sandy, like a wet sand, but then when you swallow it, it just kind of like sticks to your throat. So it's a little odd, a little bit odd. But it tastes better than like your standard like crab apple. You know, it's definitely got like a nice taste to it. The tartness in it is notable, but definitely something that you'd want to do something with. The tartness that it has reminds me of the tartness you would get off a like a sour cherry. Not strongly, but there's like a note of something in there that is not typical in apples. So that's interesting. Yeah. So here's what I'm going to do. To make these more palatable, I'm going to try to blet them. To blet something means that you're going to let it basically frost over and then rot. Sounds like fun, I know. But like what you would normally do in nature, if you're going to pick these, you would wait until it starts to like frost. It starts to snow. Fruit is kind of like freezing a little bit on the tree. And then you pick them and you wait for them to defrost and then you eat them. Basically, that's like bletting. So you're letting it go bad, and that is meant to break down the sugars a little bit. So what I'm going to do is to speed up that process. I'm not going to wait until it starts snowing outside. I'm going to take this, I'm going to put this in my freezer, and then I'm going to defrost it and try it that way. So I'll be back. Now. It has been bletted. How do you tell it's been bletted? Look at that. Soft. So let's break this open. See if it's changed the coloring or anything. No, looks alright. Smells like apple pie. Like a sweet apple smell. The texture's a little odd because it's very soft now, but it's not mealy. Not really. It's kind of like, it's mealy in the way that like applesauce is mealy. Yeah, it's got like the texture of applesauce, the sourness of, well, more than an orange. Sweetness of like an apple. And that flavor is really good. The sourness that's in here is still kind of like a sour cherry kind of tartness. Not really citrusy, but it is still sharp, but in a pleasant way. Apples very often are very mild. They don't have like a whole lot going on. But this one does. This one does give you like a little punch when you eat it. So I could see this being more useful for a lot of applications that you would make with an apple, but you want it to have more flavor. This would be a way to go. So making an apple sauce with this would actually be really good. Making apple pie or apple tart, apple juice even, you know, like it would be like that, but if you were to add that extra sourness and a little more flavor to it. Because that's like an apple taste, but it's like a strong, concentrated apple taste with little bonuses in it. So, pretty good. I think that's about it though. So thanks again to Raymond for sending this to me, and I will see you guys next time. I want to give a special shout out to AltPod and Smarter Every Day. They are mega patrons over on patreon.com. Patreon is how this channel happens. It's how I can afford to do all the things that I do. So if you want to help me out by supporting the channel and getting some bonuses along the way, check out the description. I also have these shirts for sale. Those are in the description as well. See you next time. Bye.